When the Kenya Defense Forces KDF made the incursion into Somalia in pursuit of Al-Shabaab terrorists in October 2011, the man who led the troops was the then Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Nyagah. Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Nyagah has since been promoted to a Major General. According to the Daily Nation, it was during the rainy season in a treacherous terrain, but this did not dissuade a determined Colonel Nyagah and the troops he was leading. It is in honor of the day he led the gallant soldiers that the Ministry of Defense of Kenya saw it fit to dedicate October 14 as KDF Day. The troops had stopped at a General Service Unit patrol base in Harhar border point to await final orders. But when they just crossed the border, Colonel Nyagah lost Corporal Kiptum, the first casualty. It is this man who pushed Al-Shabaab from close to Kenyan-Somalia border into the interior, where they remained. His daring actions buoyed the morale of the soldiers under his command. He has since been deployed to African Union Mission in Somalia twice due to his bravery. Born in Loitoktok, Kajiado District, the then Kajiado District and current Kajiado County, Major General Jeff Nyagah, the last born in a family of 3 children, went to school in the same area and joined KDF in 1991 as a cadet officer and was commissioned the following year, 1992. He will then be posted to No. 1 Kenya Rifles in Nanyuki as a second lieutenant. It is the same unit that he would lead to war 20 years later as a colonel. Just before a decision was made to enter Somalia, he and other commanders were asked to place all troops on the front line on red alert. It was just a matter of time before the order to march forward was given. The Daily Nation further reports that unknown to Al-Shabaab, their frequent attacks across the border into Kenya had disturbed the country's leadership, and a decision had been made to pursue them into their own territory. The Somalia National Army SNA troops in Tabda send a distress signal to Kenyan security teams for help. These 2 incidents, plus by the enemy's kidnapping of a tourist, seemed to firm up the incursion decision.
And what is the distance between those front troops?
That day at dawn, the KDF crossed the border, bypassed Doble town to link up with SNA troops around Tabda. Although the terrain and heavy rains impeded their movement, the determined troops marched on with full combat gear and sometimes animal transport. Shortly after entering Somalia, Colonel Nyagah's advance team encountered Al-Shabaab 2 kilometers before Tabda. It took the commander, who remained behind, 2 hours to find out that the soldiers had overcome Al-Shabaab militants. They eventually took over Tabda.
We were mission ready because
an attempt by a regrouped Al-Shabaab to attack the liberated Tabda caused the insurgents heavy casualties. That initial victory set the ground for the subsequent capture of Hosingo, Beles Kokane, Afmadu, and Kismayu by KDF. Major General Nyagah has twice served as a commander of AMISOM, first in KDF's Operation Linda Inchi, and later on a second tour of duty. He also worked as commander of the Marsabit-based 8th Mechanized Battalion before returning for his second tour of duty in Somalia, where the then Brigadier Jeff Nyagah served as Sector 2 Commander of AMISOM and Contingent Commander of Kenyan troops serving in Somalia. It's also important to note that Major General Nyagah was the man in charge of the military parade during President Mwai Kibaki's second-term inauguration and later the swearing-in of President Uhuru Kenyatta at Kasarani in 2013.
Your Excellency, Guard of Honor, mounted by Kenya Defense Forces.
General Nyagah is currently the force commander of the East African Community Force, or rather the East African Community Regional Force, that is headquartered in Goma, Democratic Republic of Congo. Under his leadership, the notorious DRC-based rebel group has managed to withdraw from key areas such as Kibumba, which is about 20 kilometers or rather 12 miles from Goma. The rebels have also withdrawn from Rumagambo and Kishishe. Major General Nyagah has orders to secure Goma and also necessitate voluntary withdrawal of M23 from their holds. He has warned to confront them if they do not heed to the directive. Major General Nyagah is a battle-hardened general, and M23 knows just that.